When you think of Hawaii, organized crime and street gangs aren't something that come to mind. But the chain of islands has multiple crime syndicates, both foreign and homegrown, that have dominated the state since the late 1960s. Various hoods have also become breeding grounds for street gangs, which have created a complex criminal network throughout Hawaii as numerous coalitions and alliances battle for control of its lucrative rackets. This is the story of the Hawaiian UnderWorld. Hawaii is one of the most multicultural states in America. Dozens of people flocked to the islands in the early 1900s to work in the sugar and pineapple plantations. By the 1940s, Hawaii had a significant population of Japanese, Chinese, and Native Hawaiians, along with other ethnic groups like Filipinos. During the 1960s, numerous Asian-based crime syndicates made their way to Hawaii, one being the 14K, which is a Chinese triad group based out of Hong Kong, and another being the Yamaguchi Gumi, which is a faction of the Japanese Yakuza. They ran prostitution and gambling rings out of multiple resorts and social clubs, remaining low-key due to their organization's rigid structures. Other Korean and Samoan-based gangs ran rackets out of Hawaii too, but they were disorganized and frequently clashed over territorial disputes. This was until George Chung, a local Korean gangster, began recruiting members of all ethnicities into his organization. He created an environment where all gangs could do business together and they would become unified under one coalition. But in 1967, George Chung was killed inside a gambling den in Honolulu. His death led to a power struggle as gangs looked to seize control. A predominantly Samoan mob led by Alama Leota became the top players. But one of Leota's lieutenants, Wilfred Pulawa, split from the organization and created a native Hawaiian-based syndicate which would become known as the Company. The Company took over majority of the rackets in Hawaii, mainly in Oahu, which is the island home to the state capital, Honolulu. They began extorting businesses along with resorts and became ingrained within the local labor unions. After forming a strong alliance with the Big Circle Gang, the Company also became key players in the narcotics trade. The Big Circle Gang were another triad group that formed in Hong Kong in the early 1970s. They created a sophisticated network throughout North America, and Hawaii would become a major stopping point for their product. With these connections, the Company eventually expanded into other states like Nevada and California, setting up numerous rackets and forming new alliances with local gangs. During this time, they had various dealings with different elements of the Italian Mafia. This led to the Company becoming hostile to a faction from Las Vegas, which was an offshoot of the Chicago mob. The Company was ordered to pay tribute for their rackets in Nevada, and this allegedly resulted in multiple unsolved homicides. Although the Company maintained a vicious reputation, they were always able to fly under the radar, with law enforcement struggling to create a case around them. But in 1975, their leader, Wilfred Pulawa, was arrested for tax evasion. He was sentenced to 25 years in prison, and the Company began to splinter into separate factions. Infighting and multiple racketeering cases would decimate the Company's organization. By 1991, they were almost completely dismantled, but remnants in the form of subgangs still exist even today. The 1990s would see a surge in violent crime as the streets became completely disorganized. Triad and Yakuza syndicates are back on top today, and numerous other gangs have solidified themselves in Hawaii as well. Many are Hawaiian and Samoan based, but there's been a significant surge in multicultural gangs that inhabit low-income areas. They're predominantly made up of Filipino and Hawaiian youths, but have members of almost every ethnicity. Some gangs have adopted LA gang culture, using the Blood and Crip monikers to form new alliances. This has added another element to Hawaii's underworld, as gangs are no longer band together under one coalition. Hawaii is still one of the safest places to live in the United States, with a crime index more similar to Canada's. But it's also one of the most gentrified and expensive as well. The average home is over $1 million. Rising rent prices force local Hawaiians to relocate, and a significant portion of its real estate is owned by large developers or is used as vacation homes or rentals. Hawaii's high cost of living and reliance on tourism has left little opportunity for locals, as most jobs are low paying and offer limited career growth. The gang layout of Hawaii today is reminiscent to what it was in the 1960s. A major difference is these ideologies have become entrenched throughout the state, and they aren't going anywhere anytime soon. Well, I hope you enjoyed that story. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, as it's always greatly appreciated. If you have any suggestions of lesser known crime groups from around the world, let me know in the comments below. With all that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the comments.